Okay, we live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to me talking. Of course, I'm with Portsmouth Coffee Talk. I'm with the Slim Nation One-on-Ones experience. And just wanted to come over here right quick and talk about that video that was supposed to be Lion King themed that put out by the president on his social media page. And, not surprised that at the end of that video, they portrayed Michelle, Michelle and Barack Obama as apes. I mean, they had the head of them, so you could clearly see it was them, and the bodies below the neck were of apes, gorilla and a monkey. So in the ape family. All kinds of excuses were made that it was sent by a low level staffer. It always has to be a low level person. Nobody in the higher level is going to take any credit for anything that might offend. They're going to try everything, and when it comes up that it didn't hit well, it's going to always be a low level staffer or a low level person that did something, which probably that didn't happen either. It was straight from uh, the president's social media page, which why would a low level person have access to his page to be even put something on his page? So that was just crazy. That was just crazy. And just like you're hearing a lot of people that reacted to it said, we knew, or most people knew, uh, who and what Donald Trump was or is, and should be no surprise. But why they keep pushing the envelope just to see, and the reason why, and we shouldn't let it really dominate the news. You still should be reporting about them Epstein files, because when it gets hot with those files, they're going to go as outrageous as they can, which is what you're seeing now. Why not come back with some racist shit, well, racist stuff that will get the people's blood boiling and off the Epstein file uh, releases of the videos and the information that's coming out that's showing Trump, and getting worse for him every time they release something, you know, and looks more like him. And whether he's as guilty as we might think, but he's all through there. All this stuff is coming out is going to give people pause to think, and they don't want that. They don't want that coming out. They're tired of having to defend that. But the more information comes out, the more it looks at him, and as well as other people. But other people right now, not the president of the United States. And most of those other people are his friends, people in his circle that have been around here for a long time. So we should pay attention to who's on there as well, because those people that might run large corporations or company that we shop, that we spend a lot of money at, we might want to be able to make our decision if we want to continue to do that. But this thing is just another one of these things, and be surprised the more files that come out that are hot, he's going to come back with something even hotter. Get ready for the use of the N word. The hotter it gets on him, the more he's going to just push that needle to get something out there to get our blood running or hot, which it does. We should be upset over this, and we should make the comments that we're making and demand, but it just adds up to what we've been knowing all along. And hopefully other people will see it. Some people that are saying it's the worst thing they've seen, but they're still going to support him. So, these things don't move the needle where his people are concerned. They're gonna, they have a circle of friends. They have to try to explain their reasoning for for supporting Trump, and this is one of the ways they can say, well, I think that's real racist. But you don't hear a lot of them saying, well, I'm not going to vote for him anymore. They're not committing to stepping away from him completely. They're just saying how bad that is, so the people around them can at least feel like they have some kind of compassion or something like that. But they still voting for a man that, we look at as, how can you do that? How can you put somebody like that or support someone that does something like he just did? But he's been doing that since he's been in the limelight. And even when he wasn't in the limelight, all that's coming out as well. So let's make sure we stay focused on what's important: those Epstein files, the economy, the high prices, and what's not going well. The job numbers came out and they were not good. So anything to keep our minds off of what's really happening in this country, they're willing to do. And then they're going to have the people that are going to defend them, and you're going to have the few that's going to put it down and say that's the worst thing. But if he gets a chance to run again, you know, he will. Because with all these files coming out and all this other stuff, just like when he ran the last time, one of the goals was staying out of jail, and he got the people, the Supreme Court, to support him on that, say, as long as he's president, he cannot be charged for any of these acts that are happening now or happened in the past. So he's trying to figure out some way to continue to not be able to be charged. If you don't think he would want to be president again or try to hold on again, I don't think he's going to make it through the 4 years, but try to hold on again. Even if he doesn't, then we got, J.D. Vance, so we got to figure out a way to get that whole crew out of there. And I guess one of the ways is to change the Congress, and they can make some moves that they weren't able to do that could change some of these things that's going on. Even without his signature or something like that. It's a lot of different uh, avenues they can travel to uh, that can overrule the president of the United States and his people around him. So let's stay focused, folks, and just don't be surprised, be shocked, or whatever. But get ready for even more of this coming on, these kind of things coming on from him, because they'll flash it for enough people to see it, and then they'll take it off, you know, after it's already been seen. So long enough for the conversation to be going all through social media, all the news outlets, everybody's talking about it, in panels and everything, which is not necessary to have panels talking about if he's really racist. The thing is, he is. I mean, he's showing you. He's not hiding the fact. He's not apologizing. They asked him about apologizing for that, and he just turned and walked away. Some people in certain positions will apologize even if they don't feel that way, because they know it's the right thing to do, and it's the best way to politically deal with an issue that might not be popular. At least apologize, even if you don't believe to. But they asked him, was he going to apologize? He turned and walked away, which is typical of him. I've never seen him apologize for anything that he's done, even when it's proven he's wrong. But I'm finished now, but I just had to come up here and say that because everybody else is talking about it. And I'm still paying attention to the Epstein files and the economy and the job rate, the job employment rate, and all those things that really matter to us. It matters how he feels, but we know he's a racist, so we know he's going to put up things like this. It's just uh, crazy to see the president of the United States doing things like this. But You know, this is an unconventional president, unconventional times, and we don't need to be normalizing it like we are. And that's why one of the reasons too, the more he puts up like this, the more we're gonna say, oh, that's just Trump. But we should be alarmed each time it comes up, but we should also stay focused on what's really happening behind the scenes and in our face as well. A lot of it is in our face, and a lot of it is behind the scenes. So we have to demand for the truth. And even if we have to make sure we put the truth out there ourselves to the people that believe in what we say. But make sure you have your facts straight when you do it. Okay, take care, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time whenever I feel like popping up. Take care. Oh, and always be aware, be involved, and most of all, be aware, be informed, and most of all, be involved. Take care.